Hello. Right, quick hair update. It's been, how many months now? It was August 2016 that when I started to grow it, when I last cut it. It's had one trim, sort of early summertime, early summer last year. And that's it. Since then there's been nothing. So it's been about a year and a half, about 18 months. Yeah. And it's now all long enough to be tied back. The stuff at the front, well, it's just about long enough. You see there's still the odd straggler. But it's good because the fringe part, the front, aside from the odd sort of split end and the odd short of it, is down now almost to my chin, which is nice. I've just got back from work, so I'm a bit mucky. I need a wash. I should probably record this after I've had a bath, but never mind. Yeah, so a year and a half of growth so far. There's my tail, my ponytail at the back. It's a bit, not got quite as much volume as I'd like. It's a bit straggly, but it does need a wash, and I have got fine hair, and all of this isn't in it yet. It just about reaches to the bobble, but it's not actually in this portion, so it's not quite as full as it should be. But it's useful to be able to tie it back. Very useful for working and stuff. I shall let it down. It's a bit sort of, tends to get a bit stuck together, especially when I'm working, a bit of doing more manual work, getting a bit sweaty, a bit mucky. It sort of sticks it a bit. Whoa, that's not bad actually. Oh, that's not bad. There's a mirror over there, by the way. That's what I'm looking at. Fantastic. I quite like that. There's the mirror, by the way. Hello, mirror. Hello, man in the mirror. Hello, beer cans on the table and bottle. And there, of course, is a drum kit and a guitar. Anyway, this is my my new place, by the way. I'm no longer in Port Mad Dog in North Wales. I'm now in Greenlaw up in Scotland, just above the border on the east side. I got a job at a little steam railway just below the border in Northumberland. Started there in January. Got a new life, single now, or separated technically. But new life, new start, permanent job, which is grand. Perfectly happy with the job. It's good. Been doing a lot of track work, permanent way work, and a good amount of loco and carriage maintenance and disassembly, maintenance and reassembly and such. And soon we start running on the 25th of March, and after that I shall start training as a guard and driver on the railway, so that'll be fun. Takes me back to my roots really. So I'm no longer in Wales, I no longer work on a world famous railway there, although I am hoping to get back to visit there quite soon for a couple of days. I shall continue to be a volunteer there because it's been a big part of my life. I was there 7 years. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and this is supposed to be about hair. So yes, here is my hair. Whoa, it's marvellous. Oh, wrong button. That's the button I wanted. So you can see what it looks like. It doesn't look too bad down actually. I mean, as I say, it is messy at the moment. It's mucky. It needs a wash, but it's not bad. I very rarely have it down actually. It's usually up. When I'm working, it's up, and It was only really when I'm sleeping that I have it down. I've been leaving it up most of the time, which is why it's sort of got this flick where from where it gets held together. But I'm quite happy with it. I'm pleased. As I say, I'd like some more volume. I'd like thicker hair, but I have the. No, that doesn't look so good, does it? That looks a right mess. I have the hair I have, so it's the way it is. Tell you what. Spectacles off. And now I can't see at all what I look like because the mirror's about 7 feet away, and without those glasses, I can't see bugger all. It probably looks a little bit girly. But long hair always does, and because it's finer hair as well, it's can look a bit more feminine. If I had sort of thick, manly hair, wouldn't be so bad. But it's fine, just the way my hair is. But I had long hair before. I had it years ago. It was so long I could almost sit on it. Grew it for about 7 years. That was when I was quite a bit younger. But right, I can't see a thing. This is going to be terrible now when I put the glasses back on. Oh my word. Right, okay. Actually, it's not horrendous. There's just two things. I wish I had thicker hair, and I wish that the hairline at the front was a bit fuller or a bit more forward. I was worried at one stage that I may be going a bit thin at the front, but I've always had a high hairline. It's always been up to here, so I don't think there's anything to worry about. So as I say, that's about 18 months of growth now. Only had the back trimmed once for a job interview in Wales. Didn't get it. Oh well, I'm here now. And once upon a time, years ago, it was down to about there. About there. Breathe in. Was about there. I could almost sit on it. So it's a long way to go to get to that stage, but I don't want to get to that stage. I think I might get it all around about here somewhere. Get all of it the same length, including the front. So the front will be maybe twice as long as it is now, and the back, well, we'll match it down here somewhere. I've got past the awkward stage, definitely, because as I say, of course, I can tie it back now. I've not actually. This is a bit of a revelation because, as I say, I rarely have it down during the day. It's usually tied up, so it's actually quite interesting to see it like that. A few straggly bits on the side. It's a bit shorter. Yeah, quite happy with it. Glad I didn't succumb to the odd rare occurrence of sort of falling out with the idea and wanted to cut it off along the way, because I did have that a couple of times where I thought I'll just chop it off, cut the hair off and shave the beard off and just be clean shaven, normal standard modern man, but that's not me. This is me. This was me all along. It was missing for a few years. One thing that's a bit confusing is with the vitiligo, which is why I've got this white patch in the beard, and you can see the skin actually. The skin has no pigment. That's why the hair goes white there, because this area, the pigment has disappeared in the skin cells. I did have a little bit somewhere on my scalp, around about here somewhere, that was white, a little, about the size of a 10p coin, something like that. Little patch there that was growing you know, plain white. I assume it still is. I haven't seen it for months because now that it's all long, it's covered it up. And on very rare occasion where I found the odd hair that's dropped out, very rarely I've found a white one, but not often at all. I'm curious to see now actually if I can capture it on camera, because it was somewhere up here on this side, but I don't know. Well, that looks a mess. Well, not too bad. Look a bit like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. That's mostly down to the fact that I do need a wash. And I shall have one in a little while. Sit down with a cup of tea first, I think. So yes, that's my 18-month hair growth update. I am pretty pleased and happy with it. A lot's changed in the last 6 months. My life has turned around. I've left the place that I thought I'd never leave, and I have a new life, new job, new home, and it's going all right. And hoping that the hair continues to grow and doesn't suddenly fall out. I'm still quite surprised, pleasantly, that I've got hair, because I was convinced I was going to go bald by the time I was 30, which is partly why I cut it off originally, because I got a bit fed up with it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go bald, so I may as well cut it off. But I'm now nearly 35 and I've still got a full head of hair, so that's good. Brilliant. So that's me done. Gonna have a quick cup of tea and then run a bath, I think. Have a nice soak in the bath. And I do, of course, condition my hair, shampoo it and condition it. I've been using Head and Shoulders stuff. Head and Shoulders for men with a hair booster, caffeine, whatever in it. But I've been using some L'Oreal Elvive shampoo conditioner, which is pretty good. Got some Pantene shampoo to try. Unfortunately, it wasn't Pantene. It was about £3. But anyway, got that to try. That's shampoo, not conditioner. And it's supposed to help bring volume, so we'll see how it turns out. I tell you that. I shall shut up now. Make myself a cup of tea and thwack this video on Tinternet. Okay, bye for now. I just had to do another clip. I couldn't resist because I just shook my head forward. And look at that, how's that for volume, eh? Wow, look at that. Oh, that's class. That is... Oh, scoop! That's what that is. That's very, yeah, very grizzly. Taking the camera out of the stabiliser, this is why it's a bit shaky. Anyway, just had to add that on the end. That's fantastic. Oh, I look hilarious. And I like it. Right. Bye bye.